25 games have just received their play scores on the PC this October. The play score is a standard rating that averages gamer and critic reviews. When a game only reaches the minimum requirement of critic or gamer reviews, it receives a provisional play score. Inmates. October isn't October without some spooks. This psychological horror game puts you in a story-driven adventure set in the confines of prison. It features interactive puzzles, claustrophobic halls, and the gripping feel of evil in every corner. Powered by the Unreal Engine 4, experience horror in its most disturbing sense. But, despite all of that, it didn't escape the clutches of bad reviews. It receives a provisional play score of 5.46. Elex. From the team behind the Gothic series, dive into a futuristic fantasy world where magic meets machines. The game puts you in a post-apocalyptic sci-fi world where mutated creatures roam the land. Explore its huge open world filled with dangers and beauty. It was praised for its grand exploration, but it was criticized for its clunky controls. It receives a provisional play score of 6.04. Air Memories of Old. When the gods no longer roam the earth, when the world has met its end, and when civilization fell apart, Air takes you to a breathtaking open world filled with minimalistic wonder. Transform into an awesome avian creature in this gorgeous exploration game. Uncover secrets, mysteries, and collect hidden treasures in its breathtaking open world. Too bad it couldn't fly away from the raving negative reviews. It has a provisional play score of 6.37. Rogue Trooper Redux. Betrayed by your superiors, you are left alone in a hostile planet filled with terrible creatures. Inspired from the comic book with the same name, this third-person shooter really has its high notes, especially the high-definition remaster and some added content. Unfortunately, it received flack due to its original counterpart. It receives a provisional play score of 6.85. Critica Online. An arcade brawler with multiplayer options, Critica delights you with its dazzling colors and fast-paced action. Choose from its 5 distinct classes and roll out alone or with a friend in its 3D brawling mechanics. Get busy fighting evil, but don't ignore the fact that the lands are dangerous and you might need to call a friend. It receives a provisional play score of 6.90. Overgrowth. Bizarre yet seamless. A game years in the making. Wolfire Games' sandbox adventure takes you to the hippity-hoppity shoes of an anthropomorphic acrobatic rabbit. Yeah, you heard that right. Go on an epic quest to victory by jumping, rolling, climbing, and more. Filled with mods, you can experience 9 years of gaming development, all available in one package. It receives a play score of 6.95. Total War Warhammer 2 Mortal Empires. Owners of the original get to enjoy this massive, free DLC from Creative Assembly's long-running franchise. Feel free to take its new campaign in an additional thousands of hours of gameplay. If you want the numbers, there will be over 290 conquerable settlements, 100 starting factions, and up to 35 playable lords. It receives a provisional play score of 7.05. Arctica 1. From the team that gave us the underrated Metro series, strap your Oculus in this immersive virtual reality experience. As usual, step into a post-apocalyptic world after a mysterious ice age that destroyed the planet. This first-person shooter lets you give humanity a second chance by eliminating hostile threats along the way. Protect old Russia from various inhabitants and be humanity's hope. It receives a provisional play score of 7.10. WWE 2K18. Just in time for their annual releases. Step into the ring once again and dominate your foes in its new modes, roster, and more. The game contains new animations, new gameplay features, and a grappling system for a realistic experience. Explore its My Player mode or customize your own character in the most hilarious ways possible. It receives a provisional play score of 7.18. Dungeons 3. A game that shifts the course of the video game cliches. Play as the bad guy and simulate your own evil dungeon filled with monsters and traps. Play strategically and extinguish the light from the known world with your massive evil army. Bolster their strengths and kill every heroic or cute being in existence. It has a provisional play score of 7.26. The Evil Within 2. Sebastian Castellanos returns in another nightmare. Caught with his daughter's death, this latest entry boasts new scares and a bigger lore to explore. It's still the survival horror we know and love, but its slow descent to the mainstream market bogged its quality to a notch. Without Shinji Mikami, this game is just okay. It receives a provisional play score of 7.29. Cat Interstellar. For such a short game, Cat Interstellar takes you to a glorious adventure while terraforming Mars. However, a mysterious crash caused this drone to explore a planet brimming with secrets. This is a game that's only 1 hour long and it's meant to be played in one sitting. Take your time because this game has a provisional play score of 7.39. High Hell. Devolver Digital is at it again with their snazzy video game entries. This time, step inside a neon-soaked action FPS. Unleash your social inhibitions and wreak havoc to every huge conglomerate out there. Grab a shotgun or any weapon you can find and blast them off to neon oblivion. It receives a provisional play score of 7.44. South Park: The Fractured Butthole. The return of more poop jokes and dark humor. The boys of South Park, Colorado are back, and this time they're calling their superhero alter egos to save this quaint little town from terrible doom. As a new kid, it's your job to forge a neutral ground in these trying times and adapt to the game's grid-based gameplay. It has a play score of 7.47. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, a Telltale series, Episode 4. Before they end this 5-part episodic space adventure, follow Star-Lord and the gang in a more character-focused and emotional story. This episode is filled with positive reviews talking about their good character development and pacing. The pieces are slowly putting themselves together, and the multiple endings are finally taking you to its one last stop to the finale. It has a provisional play score of 7.51. Life is Strange: Before the Storm, Episode 2. Follow Rachel and Chloe's complicated relationship in this latest episode from Deck 9 Studios. This time, there won't be any time traveling to save you from your bad decisions. Make the least terrible decisions as you meet old and new characters along the way. It receives a provisional play score of 7.65. Middle-earth: Shadow of War. Talion and his elf buddy make a comeback, and it's bigger than ever. With an enhanced Nemesis system, forge your own relationship with Mordor's horrifying beasts. But the game's biggest change is its siege missions. Conquer fortresses owned by orcs and dominate Mordor's multiple regions as your own. It has a provisional play score of 7.71. A Hat in Time. Move over, Super Mario Odyssey. Looks like you've found a PC counterpart. This cute 3D platformer takes you to the adorable shoes of a space-traveling girl who stitches hats. Go on fun-filled quests to locate timepieces. Every mission is unique and it's interesting to say the least. Throughout the game, you're exploring a myriad of locations and uncovering many secrets. It receives a provisional play score of 7.82. Judge. It's your very own version of RoboCop. In this 80s-inspired top-down shooter, play as a cybernetic warrior determined to stop crime in the city's criminal underbelly. Choose your own playstyle. Do you want to be stealthy or do you want to cause chaos with your augmented abilities? You be the judge. It has a provisional play score of 7.95. Destiny 2. Improving upon the flaws of the original, Bungie's latest game introduces new features to even out the playing field. Enter its brilliant single-player campaign or go around with your friends in its raids and nightfall strikes. Get the grind going as the game introduces new weapons and gear for that juicy loot. It receives a provisional play score of 7.99. Battle Chasers: Night War. Borrowing elements from popular JRPGs of old, choose up to 3 heroes and begin your journey in the town of Harm's Way. Venture into the randomly generated dungeons, uncover secrets, collect loot, and upgrade your skills with every level. It delivers beauty in the 3rd and 2nd dimension, with cute dialogue and stunning landscapes. It has a play score of 8.17. Forza Motorsport 7. Turn 10 Studios' newest title for the Motorsport series. It offers an enhanced experience in gaming with 60 frames per second and an eye-popping 4K resolution. Rev up your engines, gather your crew, and drool over every one of their 700 cars. From Ferraris to Lamborghinis and so much more. It has a provisional play score of 8.23. Wolfenstein 2: A New Colossus. Hail no, Hitler! Set in an alternate reality where the Nazis won World War II, follow the life of BJ Blazkowicz as he removes their presence in US territory. Fight the KKK and spill Nazi blood in gorgeous Bethesda visuals. Don't feel bad about it, I know you like it too. It has a provisional play score of 8.35. Assassin's Creed Origins. Find out the true meaning of the creed in this latest entry to Ubisoft's massive series. Take an adventure to ancient Egypt and climb monumental pyramids and temples to find hidden treasures and uncover secrets. Follow Bayek and his quest to remove a mysterious threat that predates the Templar organization. Use its refined combat system alongside your trusty pet eagle Senu. It has a provisional play score of 8.67. Grim Dawn: Ashes of Malmouth. Picking up where the original game left off, experience an expanded world with 2 new chapters that add flavor to the grim world of Grim Dawn. Forge new alliances along the way, especially now that its level cap has increased to 100. There will be 2 new class masteries, environments, constellations, and so much more. Of course, you need the base game to play this expansion. It receives a provisional play score of 8.72. You may get these games right now by clicking the links below.